Hello all. This is a quick video about Lignitzer dagger techniques. It is found in Codex 44a8. From 1452, known as well as the vnden Codex. As well, it is contained in a good number of later manuals. Before we start, there are a few things that need to be put into context, as it does not necessarily make sense to a 21st century person. There is a wide variety of medieval daggers. The one in the picture can be considered an average rondel dagger. It is over 40 centimeters with a blade over 30 centimeters. It is sharp enough to cut through food easily, but it is not kitchen knife sharp. Shorter, double-edged, and probably sharper than our reference. Shorter and double-edged and probably as sharp as my roundel. Still shorter and probably not that sharp. Longer dagger were not that uncommon, again with various degree of sharpness. Such blades are not as easy to access as shorter version but offer more possibilities once the dagger is out. Some of them reaching messer or short sword proportion. This is what we believe is the context for the techniques. We both have lost our main weapon, and the idea is to bypass accessing the next weapon and go directly to wrestling. Unfortunately, the baddies jams us and has time to access the dagger. If our opponent did not jam us, or if we can deal with his strike. The idea is to go directly to wrestling so that we can stab then in peace when we have pinned them. Given the strikes we defend against and the lack of cut, slice or slash attacks, we assume that this is due to some level of protection. Regardless, the two main attacks can defeat 32 layer of linen even with shorter daggers. This is the first piece. The baddie strikes with a vertical ice pick strike. We raise our left arm to catch what's coming. We get on the outside of his strike, press and control his elbow to unbalance him. We wind our hands around, not unlike an omoplata to finish the control. In the second piece, the baddie strikes with a vertical ice pick strike but changes it to a circular strike. We raise our left arm to catch what's coming. The pressure on the elbow delay his strike and gives us time to pivot round and shimmy his arm. To either break his arm or throw him if armored. Again, the idea is to be able to stab him in peace. In the third piece, the baddie strikes around with a hammer grip strike. Again, we raise our left arm to catch what's coming. This time we end up on top, we wind around and we trap his wrist by pinning our elbow to our side. Again, the idea is still to be able to stab him in peace. In the fourth piece, the baddie strikes below with a hammer grip strike. Again, we raise our left arm to catch what's coming. We end up on top, we use our dagger or our hand to trap his wrist and rotate it, using about body to finish the nÿder. In the fifth piece, the baddie strikes from above with an ice pick grip. Again, we raise our left arm to catch what's coming. This time we have our dagger out, we hook said dagger from below and we grab our blade with the left hand, locking his wrist. In the sixth piece, the baddie strikes from above with an ice pick grip. This time we did not have time or did not want to access our dagger. We use our right arm to catch his strike. We grip the baddie's wrist with our reversed hand and lock his arms with rockio. In the seventh piece, the baddie strikes from above with an ice pick grip. This time we did not have time or did not want to access our dagger again. We raise our left arm to catch what's coming. That we wrap over his arm, at the elbow trapping his forearm against our body when we lift the elbow to get a lock. Another option is to throw our opponent instead. It is the same beginning as before, but we use the arm lock to unbalance our opponent, increasing our advantage by moving his head, compromising his ability to resist effectively. We threw him over our hips like a koshi tenchinagi. The eighth piece is about making the baddie strike miss and wait for an opportunity. Be it that he overextends or strikes unsupported. Training-wise, it translates by the baddie not trying to jam the first step and striking instead. Maybe interpretations like those on screen at the moment are meant to be covered by the eighth piece, or maybe we are missing a part of the original. Regardless, those techniques seems to fit the control long enough to stab at our leisure, rather than a fully fledged fencing system. Like in earlier manuscripts like Fiore 1405-ish, or later one like Joachim Meyer 1570-ish, where the starting situation seems to be more like both party having their dagger drawn before breaking the distance.